Have you ever used Prize Picks? You ever absolutely fired on Prize Picks or no? Ever? You should try it out. Like I told her, boys, you guys got to try out the Prize Picks app. If you guys love firing on sports, don't be like that lady. She doesn't really fire. But if you do fire, download the Prize Picks app. It's way better than other apps because instead of choosing teams, you're choosing individual players. So each player has a set projection and you either choose more or less than that set projection. So if you know sports and you know what players are going to perform on what night, trust me, Prize Picks is the app for you. We got you boys on a code, a 100% deposit code. Use code NELK. So first time users, download the app, plug in that code. If you put in $100, it's going to match your $100, boys. So take advantage of that code. Prize Picks is available in 70% of the United States. It's available in California, Texas, Florida. Trust me, try it out. All my friends love it. I personally love using it. Download the app, use code NELK. Let's get into the pod. All right, boys, we got another Full Send podcast. We got a really cool one today. This is like a spontaneous one. We got Austin Reaves in the house.
Random.
How did you see this guy's DM of all people? Like, how'd you guys start talking?
I don't remember, honestly.
Shout out Steiny.
It's been a minute though.
It's because I showed love like mid-season.
That's right.
So the hype was there, but it wasn't escalated yet. So you DM me back.
Yeah.
And then it just started there.
Yeah, and then I'm spontaneous. I don't know where I'm gonna be. I never planned anything, so this was last minute.
Now you probably won't respond because you just got your big bag.
No, I'll respond.
Yeah, congrats on that.
Appreciate that.
How does that feel to sign like a deal like that your second year?
I mean, it was great. Obviously the 12 hours of free agency was there. It was stressful, but I wanted to be in LA. I've said that many a times, but it felt like all the work that I've put in finally, come to the top. So it was a great feeling.
Any talk? I saw today that there was like something San Antonio was going to maybe consider like trying to sign you. Is that rumors or?
I mean, a little bit, but I mean, they had the cap space, they had, opportunity. But, like I said, I wanted to be here, and that was the main thing, was to get back here.
What do you think about, speaking about the Spurs, what do you think about Wemby?
I mean, his second game was really impressive. I think it was like 9 for 14 at 27. First game was rough, but he's just got to get used to the speed. That's the main thing, and the physicality. But, my brother plays overseas, so he always talks about the physicality over there. So I think that won't be as bad. I think it'll be the speed for him. But if he's what they say he is, he should do really good things.
That guy's a tree, eh? What is he, 7'5"?
Yeah, 7'5",
something like that.
Threes.
Yeah.
Never seen anything like it. First game.
The craziest thing I seen, when he was playing overseas, he shot a step back three and tip dunked it. Like his own three. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've never seen that before.
No, they're saying what? He's like the biggest prospect since LeBron?
Yeah.
Fucking like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I wonder how he feels about that.
Bron?
Yeah.
I don't think he cares.
Okay, so then also you just launched your own shoe line. Let's talk about that. How does that even start?
So Rigor is the name, and it's a new shoe company in China. And they reached out, I think, before last year, and just wanted to do just a regular, endorsement deal. I wear their stuff. And then after the year that I had, played really well, they come back and, wanted to give me my own shoe. And, I think there's like probably 25, maybe 26 players in the league that have their own shoe. So it was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. So, I'm excited for it. It comes out, I think, 1st of August. So everybody go buy some.
Bro, shit.
Where's that going to be available?
I think on their website.
It feels like for you, everything happened so quick. And one thing I noticed about you real quick is how you play so confidently, even when you have LeBron and AD on the court. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have these two guys. So how much pressure is there on you, and how do you play like so comfortable when you have those two like legends?
Yeah, I remember. I think it was my first game. So my first game, my rookie year, the first game of the season, I got a DMP, and it was my first of my career. I never had one, so it was different for me. And then second game, we were getting beat by 30 by, I think, Phoenix. So Vogel was like, just go. Like, it was the start of the fourth. The game was basically over. And I went and played good minutes. And someone sent me a picture afterwards, and it was me, Bron, Russ, AD, and Melo, I think. And then you got me out there. I mean,
That's crazy.
it was a picture that, everybody was having fun with, how social media is. But at the end of the day, it's really just basketball for me. I've put a lot of work into what I do. So regardless of who I'm playing with, and, playing with those guys makes it easier for me because they're so good. So that's really the main thing, just taking care of what I really need to do.
Mhm. And do you feel like, I know you've only played with the Lakers, so you pretty much have only played with LeBron, but when you're playing with him, is there like a different type of pressure because you don't want to upset him too and you know what he's trying to do?
Yeah, I mean, with all the success that he's had, you don't want to be, obviously our first year sucked. We were, bad, missed the playoffs. So I think that was the first time he missed the playoffs, maybe second. So to be on that sucked, but at the same time, like, I want it for myself, mostly. Obviously, I care about, I've been with him and AD for 2 years now, and we've built a really good relationship. So I want to win a championship with him. But at the end of the day, I really want to win it for myself.
What's like the best advice he's ever given you?
Just to be myself. I think he's seen from day one, like the IQ that I had, the way I played the game, and how it kind of meshed with his game. So it was really just be me. There was no reason to defer to him. He's going to obviously get his own because he's LeBron, but that was really it. It was just be me.
Well, going back to last year, you guys had a good season. Congrats on a good season.
Appreciate it.
But you did get swept by the Nuggets.
Yeah.
What were the expectations going into that series? Because like you didn't win. Like I'm from Denver.
Okay.
And I know that they're a good team. But I did not think that you guys were gonna get swept.
You're a Nuggets fan?
Dude, it depends who asks.
Okay.
Like, right now.
Makes sense.
Right now, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
As you should be. No, the expectation was to win. If you go back and look, obviously we got swept and it sounds bad. But if you go back and look, every game, honestly, maybe game one, they were beating us by, 20 most of the game, and we made a run late. And actually had an opportunity to win that game. And then 2, 3, and 4 were toss-ups. So, if one thing goes your way, we might be sitting in the NBA Finals playing against Miami. But, it's basketball, and they got 2 guys over there that are really good, and then their core around that played really good against us. They didn't miss shots.
What do you think, like, were there any adjustments you guys could have made? Like, is there anything you could have done to beat them?
I think we tried everything. I think Jokic is just honestly was on a different level. I think they made probably 6 or 7 just ridiculous. Like, he made like 2 or 3 ridiculous, like 1 foot step backs at the end of the shot clock that was kind of just like daggers. No, he made one in game 4, probably with like a minute 45 left. They put him up like 6, just a little bit out of reach. But I think we basically threw the whole kitchen sink at them. They just, played really well.
Yeah. What's like the locker room after like a loss like that? Like what gets said
after the series?
Yeah.
There really wasn't much talking. Obviously, you're pissed off about losing. Everybody's competitors and wants to win. But I think from where we were early in the season to where we were late, I think. You don't want to, take failure and getting beat in the Western Conference Finals. But if you would have told me we were going to the Western Conference Finals in like January, I probably would have looked at you like you had 3 heads. So
why though? You guys are the Lakers are stacked up.
I mean, we just wasn't playing good basketball at the time. Obviously you never want to, not think you're capable of, doing some things and going far. But after the trade deadline, we really started playing good basketball and everything was clicking. People were, relationships were really building, and it felt like, we were really going somewhere.
Mm-hmm. We were talking about you signed your contract with free agency. What is it like watching what happens with other teams? So like, we'll just go with the Suns, how they pick up Brad Beal. Mm-hmm. Like, do you look at that like, fuck, like it's going to be tough to, match up with them or whatever? Or?
Yeah, I mean, you pay attention to, everything that's going on, or I would say everybody does. But with I think the core that we brought back and then the guys that we added, we have a chance to beat anybody. But anytime like you said, Brad going to Phoenix, they already got 2 or 3 guys that really can score the ball, and it's going to be a long night defensively when you go play them. But we're confident what we got.
Yeah, we were talking to Golden State picked up CP3.
Yeah, that was random.
Yeah, how random is that?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was. I was actually doing. Me and my brother had kid camp back home, basketball camp, and one of the coaches that was there, he like ran across the gym and told me, and I was like, "You're probably looking at the wrong I think there's like Butt Crack Sports or something that always puts out false stuff." But he was like, "No," so I don't know. That was strange.
Do you think that those two, like Chris Paul and Steph, play well together?
I think they can figure it out because I think they're both 2 very unselfish guys that really just want to win.
Yeah. What about if you had to predict like Damian Lillard?
Oh, I have no idea. I think I seen something today or yesterday that the Portland's GM was like, "We'll wait as long as we need to wait until I guess they get the deal that they want." So I have no idea.
Yeah. Just seeing all that shit like unhatch. That's why I think that what makes the NBA so special is like the free agency is so crazy that even in the off season that there's so
always
much hype.
Something going on. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then these guys on social media too, like the NBA is so different in that way. We were kind of talking about like how competitive, what do you do competitive outside of the NBA?
I golf a lot. I probably golf every day. I've probably missed since the Denver series, I've probably missed like 4 days that I haven't golfed. I've probably golfed every day other than that. That's really it. I used to play the game a lot, Fortnite, Call of Duty, but I don't really play that much anymore.
You've been golfing your whole life?
I started when I was probably like 16. I just picked it up really to get out of school. And then when I went to college, I really, started golfing a lot and kind of fell in love with it and started taking it more serious.
And you were saying off camera, you're saying you play D-Lo sometimes?
Yeah, we play ever since the trade deadline. You come over, I bet we played probably almost every road trip, and then we play here some too.
And do you guys ever get action out there?
Yeah, gamble a little bit, just have fun with it. Competitors.
What's like the stakes on a game with like you and D'Lo?
Nothing crazy. He started probably 2 or 3 years ago, so he's kind of still new to it. But we'll go bet a couple hundred.
Let's say like one day you kind of like you whip his ass a little bit. Is he like not giving you the rock on the court because that's still in the back of his head?
No, he's not like that at all. Yeah, no, he's one of the most selfless people I've been around. He really wants everybody else to succeed, and I think that's why we have such a good relationship.
You seem like I don't know, but do you like talk trash out on the court?
Not really. Very rarely. Someone's got to say something to me first.
Yeah, dude. What do people say?
Yeah, who's ever talked shit?
All of Memphis, honestly, their whole team talks shit. They felt good beating them in the playoffs, but not really. I mean, I think you would think more people do.
You remember anything specific they ever said?
No, not really. And it's not. I mean, nothing crazy.
Yeah, it's just
I
funny.
think at the end of the day, everybody knows like we're still grown men out there. Like, you can't really just go call somebody something wild.
No, I know that shit. That shit was funny because they were going crazy. Their walkout, like on social media, like there was so much shit just happening for them and all that hype.
That is actually their walkout's actually hard though.
I know
it's cool.
But they were also like kind of like getting like no one wanted to see them win, but then everyone loved to do that clip.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
That shit was hilarious.
Do you pay attention to like social media and like the playoffs or anything like that?
I'm not a big social media person to start off with. I have Instagram. I actually just started a TikTok page, golf, Hillbilly Bogey. But no, not really. I don't have Twitter. Never really.
So what, TikTok's all just golf shit?
Yeah.
Are you fucking with like the dances and shit like that too?
No, hell no. I ain't
none of the trends?
Do what?
None of the trends? You don't like pay attention to the trends?
No, not really.
That shit's whack, right?
What?
Don't look at Steiny's TikTok.
What the hell? It's not that bad.
That's what you do?
No, it's not that bad. None of that.
When that 21 song by Drake came out, you know
Oh,
that.
Okay, well that's a little different.
I think like 10
who doesn't
different
like that
TikToks.
part?
You won't ever see me.
You Rich
out
Flex,
there.
I know you like that song.
It's okay.
What do you bump for like when you're trying to get fired up?
They really control the aux, but it's a lot of.
They no way they trust you with the aux, huh?
No, they would trust me with aux. But it's a lot of like Lil Baby, Lil Durk, Future, Thug, a lot of stuff like that.
That's your go-to shit, or that's what gets played?
That's what everybody plays, but I like that stuff too.
We saw on your page you had a picture with Morgan Wallen.
Yeah.
Are you guys boys?
Yeah. I mean, friends, I guess. I don't know. I met him once at the game.
You made it look like he was there to support you.
I don't know. I don't know why he was there. But I actually was talking to him a couple of days ago on Instagram, just about his tour stuff. Yeah, that's really it. You know, he's from what I can tell, good dude.
Yeah. This is something I'm kind of curious about. How involved, like how often do you see your teammates, let's say in the off season or just like off the court? Like, do you guys ever do anything just like stay in touch and like keep the chemistry there?
Yeah, I mean, this offseason for me, it was a little different just because of free agency. And I was, a free agent. So I wasn't here as much as I was last year. So I haven't been around, any of the guys really since the Denver series. But about this time is when everybody kind of starts funneling back here to, go work out at the facility. And you always run into each other at the facility. A lot of people, play cards together. Outside of what we do at the court or on the court. So for this year, it's not been as much as it has in the past, but about this time, for the majority of people, everybody will start going back.
Have you ever been invited to a Taco Tuesday at Bronze?
I have not,
bro.
Which is crazy.
I think it's crazy. I haven't been invited either, but I think only AD's been invited.
I'm sure AD's been invited. Yeah.
How do you get on that list?
I don't know.
You got to have a 40 piece. I think.
I don't know. I haven't had 40. No.
Once you get 40, you get to go to Taco Tuesday, baby.
Well, maybe I'll get there one day.
What's one thing you want to improve this season about your game?
Really just being more of a playmaker. I feel like I can play the one, at a high level, and just really proving that, because that's really the position I've played basically my whole career until like kind of college, my last couple of years. But that's really it. And then just sharpening everything else, just trying to get better overall.
Is there anyone like you watch, maybe even now, but I was going to say growing up, where you try to like mimic your game after theirs?
Yeah, I always say random people. Like, I was a big Joe Ingles fan. Love CJ McCollum's game. He's not the most athletic dude, not the tallest, but, gets to his spots, and there's nothing you can do when he does. Makes tough shots. I was a huge Kobe fan. So being in this position now, playing for the Lakers, with everything that happened, stinks, because it was someone that I would have got to meet. But yeah, I mean, those two are the two that I usually answer.
What was your work ethic like when you were like growing up? Like, were your parents like big on pushing you, or were you like more like self-driven yourself?
Parents, not really. My brother is the one that, drugged me out of the house to go to the gym. When I was in like 7th, 8th grade, I liked basketball, but didn't really love it. And that's when he was dragging me out of the house, telling me I had to get better. But like 9th, 10th, ever since then, it was basically the love for the game. I sacrificed a lot of, social life, going out, party, whatever, to, be in the gym to try to get to this position.
I want to ask you, have you seen this photo? What's good with this meat?
I don't know. It blew up.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what was going on in that moment?
Yeah, so
that looks like Steiny. This looks like Steiny at 4 a.m. Just leaving the bathroom.
Yeah, my boss behind me.
We were playing in Brooklyn. This was my first year, and I think we were winning by like 17-18 with like 1:45, 2 minutes left. So I didn't know why everybody was still in the game. And coach drew up a play. Excuse me. And that year I like asked a lot of questions. So I knew what I was doing. Like, I was never going to give a doubt to for me to mess up. So I asked coach as I was walking out of the huddle, like, what am I doing? And he was like, nothing. Like, you're standing on the left wing and basically chilling. Bron and AD and Russ are going to play this 3-man game. And I walk out on the court and I asked Bron again, like, what's going on? And he went into this like whole, you're going here, 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 here. And I was just like, nah, I don't think that's so. Like, I was just confused. So that was really it. But I got to the locker room afterwards and my phone was going absolutely crazy. Then he posted it and it didn't make it better. So that was it.
That's funny.
LeBron posted it.
Yeah, he
Well, that's-
posted it with I think it was like the Avengers. He made like a comment, don't do it, I won't do. It was something from one of the Avengers movies.
Yeah. Do you guys like have do you guys text or have like a group chat, like the team, and like mess with each
Yeah.
other and stuff?
It's more like business stuff, like basically times we got to go to places.
Yeah.
People text back and forth, like, even memes and stuff during the season.
Yeah, and you were talking about Russ because people forget like you played with Russ.
Mm.
I personally think like fans were a little bit unfair.
For sure.
Like they were a little hard on him.
For sure.
But then you go and see him and like he just signed his deal,
Mhm.
which I think was 2 year, $8 million, right?
Yeah.
What do you like when you see like that, a guy like that who you played with? Like, do you think his game is just not the same anymore? Like, how's Russell Westbrook making $4 million and these other guys are getting these big bags? I don't want to like throw people under the bus, but, like Dylan Brooks, 4 year, whatever he signed with the Rockets. Like,
I mean, a lot of the times is really just like situation. There's a lot of times people might sign for more money because a team needs that. Like if you need a 2 guard and you don't have one, you might overpay. And I'm not saying anybody's overpaid. You might overpay the 2 guard that you want a little bit just because you really need that. And even though that they might not be worth that, or they might be worth more or whatever, that's what a lot of that goes into. But as far as Russ, like one thing I will say about Russ is like he was probably one of my favorite teammates I've ever had. Like always good mood to me. I got COVID in Minnesota my first year, and he reached out, asked if I need anything like 3 or 4 times in like a week span. So as far as like him as a person, you won't get it better. As far as basketball, I think it's, like you said, I think it was hard here, and I think it was really just fit. I didn't think that, what we had meshed together, and that ultimately gets to where he is now.
yeah.
Because I think he's still skilled. Like, obviously, you can't go from being, that to not being good.
Well, yeah, going off that, is there any player that you played against and you've just like been so impressed? Like, holy shit, this guy's got game. Like,
yeah.
seen.
I mean, Jokic is one. He's just so unfazed with everything you do.
Yeah,
You can throw a million different coverages at him. His best thing about him is he's so unselfish. He don't care. Like he'll score 10 points and be happy if they win. That's really the main one. But I mean, there's so many talented guys that can't really, pick.
you can admit you're not going to, but you can admit that he should have won the MVP.
Yeah, I personally thought he should have.
I think now everyone agrees, but it's just like,
Yeah.
after watching him, especially in the playoffs, and I don't know if it's just him, but he's just like the most talented, but also there's no other player in the league like him. You think that's fair to say? In terms of how a big man like can operate like that.
Yeah, I mean, the way that he plays is so unique for a big man. But I mean, obviously Joel's really good and dominates the game in just a different facet. It's just Jokic. I think, like we were going back to the MVP. I think it was just voters' fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
He won it the last 2 years.
Yeah,
Did he win it 2 years? This would have been 3.
This would have been a 3.
Yeah. So
for the first time ever.
Yeah, I think that was part of the issue. But you could look at both of them and be like, you make an argument for either way.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, does like back to the social media like pressure shit? Do you ever like read any like DMs after like a loss or something, or like something on ESPN? Like, does that shit ever like get to you like a little bit sometimes?
No, personally, I think it's funny.
It's funny. That's good.
A lot of the real funny ones are parlay people. They'll be ready to come get you if you don't hit their parlay for them. Those are the funniest ones to me. But like I said, I don't really pay attention to none of that.
Tell him about bro right here.
This
I
guy?
messed up one of your
Dak,
parlays.
no, Dak.
Oh, okay.
He would tell you if he did.
Dak.
What, you want to tell that story?
No, we don't have to, but he may have been one of those guys at one point.
Well, hey, I understand.
What's been one of your favorite, or what do you think was this year your biggest, your best NBA moment? And you had a lot of them.
Probably either one of the half court shot against Golden State Game 6, or I had a career high at 35 against Orlando.
Yeah.
I had family in the building, so that made it more special. So one of those two.
Did you see that video of AD boxing?
I did. I actually just seen that as I was coming over here.
What'd you think of his hands?
He'll walk around and tell everybody he's got hands. I don't really know. I don't box, so I ain't got no critique.
Does that bother people at all?
What?
Like, it's like the fact that it's like he's out there boxing and like the injury shit.
No, I honestly think boxing is a really good like conditioning. So I really don't think that bothers anybody. You'd rather be active than not be active.
Yeah. You guys are pretty free to do in the off season. Like, are there any, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Yeah. I mean, not really.
But I mean, like after like the season's over, do you go travel? Do you just stay here? Like, do you have anything?
I'm not a big traveler. I go home, back to Arkansas, hang out, play a lot of golf, stay with family. But yeah, for like really until about now, from the Denver series, I didn't really have any obligations. It was a little different for me because of free agency, but it depends on like where you're at in your career.
Do you have, because you seem like you don't really, the LA, we'll say distractions aren't really a thing for you.
In season.
No.
Not even not even after your 30-piece games?
No, I stay at the house.
Your DMs must be flying after like a game like that. Though,
I don't even know.
Yeah, you do. You check.
No.
I mean, if you're seeing this guy's DMs.
Yeah, that's how I
I'm
noticed.
not gonna lie, this was like one of the first ones that popped up.
Fuck yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff on Twitter talking about you and T Swift. Have you seen that?
Yeah, it was funny.
That's all not real?
Not real, no.
You never rizzed her up or anything?
No.
Do you listen to her music?
Old music.
She's got bangers.
Old music is actually, she's got bangers.
Did you go at SoFi? Low key? You wore like a beanie or a hat?
That's coming up.
I thought it already
It's
happened.
like August something.
Are you gonna go?
No. I'll be with the FIBA team.
Oh, okay.
I locked down like 20 tickets for that.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's
Am
a
I
check.
on the
That's like
invite?
I mean, yeah.
I'm going.
So it's what? 36?
Well, we have a suite there.
Okay.
So
we have a ticket for Austin if he wants to go.
That's a good one for the birds.
Do we have a ticket for him if he wants to go?
The funniest part about all that is like,
how did that come about? Where did that come from?
No, I have no idea.
Were
But
you guys,
everybody
like,
knows.
seen together or something?
Everybody that knows me knows I don't go out. So everybody was like, the funniest part about all this is Austin being at a bar, and it was.
Have you ever like talked to her or met her?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Is the whole like nightlife or like partying stuff just never been an interest of yours?
Mm-mm. I've never been drunk.
Bro, coaches and stuff gotta love you.
I hope so.
There's a ton because I mean, there's a bunch of stories out there of like certain guys that have gone to Vegas the night before games. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
like,
it's real. I mean,
I know it's a real thing too, but have you ever seen stuff like that, or is that ever a thing where you're like, dude, like we got a game tomorrow?
no, not really. I would say, our team is very professional. When you got a guy like Bron, I don't think you'd be unprofessional because he's been professional for that long.
It's like going to the principal's office. You got to go talk to LeBron the next day, bro. That's definitely. Have you ever had an instant where?
Yeah, like you're meeting with the coach, and then like you walk in, and like LeBron's in there too. Like,
That's not happening. But Bron's definitely,
Okay.
cussed me out a couple times during games. Maybe not cussed me out. It's a little extreme.
Why? Because you were probably trying to go hero mode and.
No, it was some defensive stuff, which I've always been coached hard. My parents used to yell at me. Every coach I ever had used to yell at me, so it's normal for me.
Okay, you're 5 seconds left. You have the Rock, 2 people. You're double covered. You've got AD and Bron open.
You can't do this, to
dude.
me.
This is a real game scenario.
Who am I passing it to?
Or are
Okay,
you
first
taking a
of all-
selfish shot? You can take a
first-
selfish shot,
first of
but you're
all-
doubled.
First of all, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna have the ball in that situation. So,
It's a crazy situation.
I
I feel like you might.
there's 5 seconds.
5 seconds, but you're double. You could.
I'm probably throwing it to Bron because he can go make a play. I mean, AD can
That's-
too.
yeah.
That sounds extreme, but
I'd probably go to
Bron-
Bron too.
I mean, Bron.
But you could get the highlight if you take the shot. and
I
hit
don't
it.
care about that.
Yeah, you do.
No.
No, I'm fucking with you.
That's a tough question.
Who's been one of the tougher guards you've ever had?
Dame or Ja. Dame gave us 40 and 3/4.
Yeah.
And Ja's just so fast.
Yeah. Where with that series, he was like all over the place, bro, too. He was
Yeah.
coming through the lane. It looked like
Yeah.
he was getting hurt.
Yeah, he hurt his hand, so he was out game 3, I think. But there was a couple charges Bron took on him that he fell really hard. But he's one person that you literally just can't stay in front of. Like you can do everything you want to do, and it's just impossible.
He's kind of like Russ early on in his career, where he could just fly through the lane and dunk, and it's very rare. I feel like even now you don't see point guards that can really do that.
And his playmaking ability, the way he sees the floor, is tough too, because you got Jaren Jackson usually corner cutting for lobs, and the way he passes, you can't step up too far. But if you don't step up far enough, he'll dunk on you.
You haven't been postered, have you?
I don't think so. I was having this conversation a couple of days ago. I'm smart enough to get out of the way.
You don't want to match anybody at the rim, do you?
No. I mean, if I need to, I will, but I'll get out the way.
Bro, I was watching. Have you ever seen those videos of people who do it for fun?
Oh, I actually seen one a while ago.
Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Where two friends, right? One friend will stand under the rim and try and block the guy dunking. And they'll just get destroyed every time. You're like, you're not going to win that battle.
Yeah, people do that all the time.
That's a bad.
I would never.
Most people hate the sound of metal on metal. I mean, I get it. It can make your skin shiver. Here at Full Send, we do what many other companies don't. We product test the living out of everything. Metal on metal to us, that's music to our ears. Get your shoddy tools, boys. Good luck.
There was a clip I saw earlier, and it was actually of LeBron that said the first day of practice that he knew, like, you were gonna be I can't remember what he said, but something about he knew like you were gonna be this huge success. Have you seen that clip?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of like the whole LeCap stuff?
No, yeah, for sure.
Do you think that was a LeCap moment, or like did he come over to practice?
I think he actually, like I said earlier, I think he was one of the first people that was like just seeing the way that I seen the game, because obviously he's a high IQ guy. He's arguably the highest IQ guy that's ever played. So I think we kind of connected on that side of basketball first, before like all the skill stuff after that. But he likes players that play the right way, can do everything, not limited. So I feel like from day one we had a good connection, and that wasn't one of those moments.
Is there any truth to the LeCap stuff, like how he's walking through the arena and like the book's always on the first page? Like,
I don't know. I'm a regular person.
It's always on the first page, though. You got that's pretty funny.
I mean, I've seen all of it. He might have read
the
the
same
book.
book always on the first page.
No, it's always a different one.
So maybe he's starting a new book.
He might be. He reads books.
But how serious do you take the like? A lot of players take that walk in like in their fits very serious.
I walk in this every day, hoodie and sweats.
God, dude, you're such like a fan's like, you know what I mean?
I feel like I'm very relatable to just regular people.
When you first came in the league, did you feel like you didn't have any respect, or like it was like people were lacking what you were capable of?
Yeah, I mean, but that's kind of been basically my whole life. I had like 3 scholarship offers out of high school. Obviously took a chance, went to Wichita State, transferred. I had a couple offers, but it was always kind of like I had to do, the most to, get to where I wanted to go, and I went undrafted. And that was a rough night, but we strategically planned it out to kind of put me in LA, obviously with Bron. So it's kind of been like that my whole life. And I don't think I would change it just because, I think it, helped me, kind of prepare for all of, the stuff that's to come.
Dude, it's so wild to think that you were undrafted after the
Yeah.
season that you just had.
Yeah.
What was that? What is that like when you go undrafted? Like, do you immediately think like I'm gonna be playing overseas?
No. I just knew I needed just the opportunity. And, that's all I ever, needed. And I knew just I was confident in myself with, the way I play, the, way I approach every game instead of just some games. I knew if I just got the opportunity, then I would, ultimately get to where I am now. It just was a lot different. My route was a lot different than everybody else's.
Mhm. What do you
Not everybody else's, but
yeah.
the majority.
Do you have any like personal goals that you want to accomplish like this season, this next coming season?
Really for me, I just want to win. I want to win a championship. I think I looked at Bron. It was, I think, game 4 of the Memphis series. And I think we just had a big win at home, went up 3-1. And was just like, this might be the most fun I've ever had playing basketball. Just the level that we were playing at, you're playing against the best players in the world. And just the playoff feeling and just keep going and going and going. I mean, ultimately to win a championship is, really my only goal.
Yeah. How much does that energy change when you go from the regular season into the postseason?
It changes a lot. And I mean, you read a lot of stuff about how Bron, or AD, even AD, their mentality changes, their like attention to detail changes, because it's literally like everything's got to be perfect, or you're not going to win games. So I like that stuff because I'm kind of like that even in the regular season, because I'm not the most athletic, not the tallest, skilled. I kind of have to do that all year to make an imprint.
Okay, so at the Memphis series, you went viral again because you started screaming on him.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Was that after a big shot?
Yeah, it was game 1. I think I had 14 in the fourth. I had like 4 straight possessions. I had a pull up, maybe a 3, a layup, and then another pull up to kind of seal it. And it was, it was just one of those.
Was that just off the rip, like I'm him, or did you have
Yeah,
that
it was
bagged
it
for
was
that
just one of
moment?
those emotions that kind of just took over, and I felt it, and I meant it.
Does it ever like surprise you, or I guess kind of scare you that everything that you do like that can just go so viral?
Yeah, I mean, is good and bad. I mean, just because you got to watch literally everything you do. But at the same time, like, that's the stuff that, ultimately, like, keeps you growing. So, yeah, it is what it is.
And who do you think on the current team is like just who do you think is like one of the funniest, or who's the biggest character out of the whole squad?
I mean, honestly, Bron's up there. Who else we got? Rui's up there. Once Rui, warms up to you, gets comfortable. He, I didn't, for the longest time, I sat by him on the plane. I didn't know if he talked for like the first 2 weeks, and then he finally got comfortable, and he don't shut up. So he's up there. But I mean, I might have to say Bron, just because you kind of put him on this like stature that he's this, business guy, does everything, whatever, and you get around him and he acts like he's 18 years old, just joking, never in a bad mood. Yeah, so he's got to be up there.
What'd you think about LeBron's like comments on the like right after the series when he said he was going to retire?
I didn't know what to think, to be honest. I didn't know if it was true. I didn't know if it wasn't true. Obviously, I didn't want it to be true because I wanted to play with him longer. So, but yeah, I don't know. You see all the stuff about how they think that it was to cloud the judgment of because we got swept or all that, stuff. And I honestly have no idea if it was, Brian does play chess, so he's a smart man.
They play chess on the plane?
No, I'm just saying he plays chess in life.
Oh.
He always knows. I mean, I play a lot of chess.
Do you?
Yeah, on my phone.
Oh.
But he plays.
You win against a computer?
No, you play against people.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, there's an app you can play against people.
What's the guy's name? That the best guy? What's his
I
name?
ain't beating. I'm not that good.
No, but do you know who I'm talking about?
No.
Magnus Carlsen? Dude, you got to look that guy up. He's like all
Maybe he
lifetime
can teach me
undefeated.
something.
Huh?
So maybe he can teach me something.
Once Braun said he was considering retirement, no party was like, this is my moment. This is going to be my team.
No, not at all.
What do you think you would say was your biggest like learning lesson because you went undrafted, but then when you get into the NBA, like anything that just hit you about the game, the speed or whatever, where you're just like, fuck, I got to make some adjustments in my game?
Yeah, it was like preseason, or it was training camp. My first year, we had Dwight Howard, DeAndre Jordan, and AD. Those were our three bigs, and I never had a problem, getting by the initial defender. But when I got to the rim, you have guys that are 7 foot, 7'1", 7'2", that are actually athletic and hand-eye coordination good. So like making passes around the rim, lobs, dump offs, was really hard for me at first, and I couldn't figure it out. And I remember there was practices where I turned it over multiple times, and literally like I was just pissed. I couldn't figure it out. And that was really the main thing, where I had to go back and like literally watch film to figure out, what to do to, get passes through.
Who's the most like famous person you've ever met at a Laker game that you were like, holy shit?
Probably Will Ferrell.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
You met him?
Well, I actually met him at a charity event that Clayton Kershaw does, a ping pong tournament. And it's just one of the craziest stories that I've had so far. I was with one of my friends, and he was like, he's seen him, and he was like, because I won't ask people for pictures because I'm kind of shy and I don't like to do that. But my friend was like, oh, you gotta, like, we gotta get a picture of him. I'm like, yeah, I agree. So like he's walking our way, and I was about to like stop and introduce myself and, ask for a picture, honestly. And he looks at me and was like, what did he say? He was like, Austin? And I was like, yeah. I was like, yes, sir. And he was like, I'm a huge fan. And I was like, oh shit, me
That's
too.
dope.
Like, he was like, you care to take a picture of my son? And I was like, no, obviously not. As long as I can get one with you. But that was the one that I was like, this is cool.
That's dope as fuck.
And
Will
he's
Ferrell's
just like,
jokes, man.
just like you see in movies. We talk for like, 5-10 minutes, and he's just as funny, in real life.
What do you think is his
Damn.
best movie?
It's got to be Step Brothers.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what he's funny in is fuck.
Fuck, he's funny.
Where's the
it's
other
every
guy? He's
movie.
actually really hilarious.
Yes. Yeah.
Because he's pulling the smoke, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's a legend.
He is such a legend.
Dude.
And I also
That's a sick story.
I wanted to be Adam Sandler. He was courtside, and I think it was Game 6 against Golden State. And I was like, if we win, I gotta say something. And we won. I played well, and sadly, I had to do media. Like I had to do radio on the scores table. As I was going over there, our lady that takes us to do the media stuff took me over there. And by the time I was done, he had left. So I didn't get to meet him. So that's one I really want to meet.
That'd be dope.
Just go up to him and say you're him or what?
No, I don't know what I'd say. It just happens.
How do you have an arena outside of Staples that is your favorite place to play, or you just feel the most comfortable?
That's a great question. I'll say one I hate is Miami.
Why?
I've never played good in Miami. I think I'm like 1 for 10. I maybe scored like 5 points there. I don't know why. I really don't. But I like Golden State. I like Dallas.
How different is that atmosphere? Because in Staples you have like your regular guys courtside,
Mhm.
and it's really dark in Staples.
Mhm.
So when you play on like, does it feel different when you're playing in like more random towns or stuff like that?
I mean, some of the arenas are more like they're built more up, so it's like the fans are like on top of you, basically.
Yeah.
So those are usually the arenas that get really loud. But personally, I would, not that I don't like to play at home, because Staples or Crypto, whatever it is the history behind it. But me personally, I'd rather play on the road.
Who do you think's like the toughest fan base, or is like on the road?
Memphis is rough. They rock with their guys. Milwaukee and actually Denver in the playoffs really surprised me. It was there was multiple times, but right before game one, actually, as they were calling out our starting lineup, the place was literally like shaking.
All right. Any of these people ever barking at you or like piss you off with what they say?
No, not really. But I mean, you do get back and forth with fans every now and then. I actually got into it. I had one in Denver, actually, game one. It might have been game two, one of the two.
Really?
But
what can you talk about the situation?
Nah. I mean, I don't remember what he said, but yeah, I can't say what I said back. But and then he was actually courtside in LA, and I seen him and I was just like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And he just busted out laughing. He was like, "I was just messing with you last game." He was actually a cool guy. I don't know who the hell he was though.
Damn, that's
he had to be somebody.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Wait, really quick, you know what's so crazy? Who just hit me up? Deloading.
Really?
Yeah, I swear.
That's my
Did he know you tell me you were coming here?
I ain't talked to him in a couple of weeks. That's my dog.
Is it cool if I send him a photo of you?
Yeah, I don't care.
He was gonna come on right before the postseason.
Oh, really?
Match up the schedules. Yeah.
You won't meet a better person.
Should have had you guys pull up together. We could have got the shit talk going. Biggest golf game ever tomorrow.
I need that. I haven't seen him in a while.
Who do you think's up all time?
Yeah, how many strokes do you give him though?
Like 8 to 10.
Okay, so he's not that bad if you're scratch.
Well, I think I was playing at like 2 during the season.
So he shoots like low 80s though?
He shoots like mid. But he's never, I don't think he ever really kept his handicap. So he kind of just threw out a number and we just ran with it. But in golf, I would say I might be up a little bit, but he's definitely took my money in cards.
What do you play cards wise?
What game?
Yeah.
Bure is some card game that they taught me, honestly.
No gin rummy.
If you could start breaking 100, then we could have played them 2v2.
Dude, do you fix your lie, or do you have some like bullshit like driver's length?
And scramble.
In a scramble, you can do what you want. You get club length, you can move.
But
it.
You gotta learn scramble, bro.
But do you guys like address the rules before, or do you kind of like make them up? Like
it's club length, same surface.
I mean,
if you're going into 18 there's new rules.
A scramble, technically, you can do is club length. You can prop it up.
Scramble, bro. Yeah, you got to learn the rules.
Damn, we've had some huge
arguments.
Arguments.
if you want to be like very ticky tacky, you can say you can play it down technically, but I don't think a lot of people actually play by PGA Tour rules.
Have you ever played with like a player on another team on the road or anything?
I haven't. No, I really just played with D'Lo and then a couple of the coaches.
The reason that I started hitting up a lot of NBA guys is because like Draymond has a podcast. Pat Bev has a podcast. Like all these guys are starting to do more stuff off the court. Like, do you think that's something you'd ever do? Do you think that's important?
I probably wouldn't get in the podcast world. I think just because so many people have them. But like I said, I do the TikTok. Hopefully, I'm probably will do a YouTube channel just of golf for me, just because I enjoy playing golf. Me and Trent actually, started the TikTok. We'll probably do, like I said, a YouTube and see where it goes. But
you got the YouTube channel live now yet or no?
No, not yet. It's something that we started probably like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
You should launch it when this comes out at least, so we could
say less.
We'll put it in the description if it's there. Check it out.
Say less.
Go subscribe to Austin.
Say less. I'll do it.
Yeah.
But you have to play your first round with us.
2v2. Let's do it.
Yeah, I need 23
We can
strokes.
definitely play.
I'm done.
Do you play a lot? Do y'all play a lot?
If we travel a lot, so I'll go from playing like I'll play like 5 days in a row and then I won't play for like
Yeah.
a fucking month, you know?
Yeah.
But I love playing. I wish I
It's-
could play. Like
it's
so fun.
I have to say
There's nothing better.
I have to say it's the second greatest sport, but
What about have you played with any tour players?
no, I'm a huge Jordan Spieth fan, so I would like to play with him. Actually, I seen the other day, I was scrolling through Instagram, and I really don't pay attention to my stuff. So Max Homa's name popped up just because literally all my Instagram is golf. And I clicked on his page and it was like follow back. And I was like, oh shit, I might need to follow him back because, I'm like, when I say I'm a golf fan, like I'm a huge golf fan. So
Do you watch the sport?
yeah.
You would have definitely signed with Liv.
I
Yeah,
mean, if
for the
they was
bag.
offering
Why
that,
not? Especially now after everything.
They merged and basically they got an extra whatever they signed for just to get back to wherever they were going. So
Can you imagine
can't-
missing that bag then?
you can't be
Dude.
mad at them.
Well, because all the PGA guys started to come after him, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
I personally thought, like, how are you going to get mad at a guy for
Yeah.
doing what's best for them?
Well, I seen because they did the what was the Netflix show? Full Swing.
Yeah, I've
was it?
seen
Yeah,
that.
I haven't seen
and,
that yet.
DJ.
Is that dope? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's
Is it
really good.
sick? All right,
DJ was just talking like he was like in any other job in the world, like you could be whatever. It's like if you could work less and get paid more,
Yeah. Fuck.
everybody's doing it. He was like, I don't, well, obviously not everybody because some people turned it down, but he was like, I don't know why I wouldn't. And that really made sense to me.
Yeah. I feel like you could definitely play with these guys. This is random, but I went to middle school with Wyndham Clark,
Really?
which is crazy.
That is
He just won
crazy.
the U.S. Open.
Yeah, we actually, or no, he didn't go. Me and my family went to the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
We sit on 18 the last day. It was cool.
Have you?
That's,
We just did. I don't know if you know like the streamers, but we just did a couple of streamers on our podcast, like Aiden.
I mean, I know of Aiden.
But these guys are signing like 2-year, $100 million deals.
Damn.
I don't know if you've seen that.
Mm-mm.
So they just stream Twitch, and they're getting they're saying they're getting NBA money now.
I mean, if you're getting 2 years, 100 million, you get. I mean, that's top.
LeBron
that's,
money, yeah.
That's
He's
top
technically
tier.
making more than LeBron from just LeBron's
Yeah,
what he gets paid by the Lakers.
Lakers. Yeah, I mean, if that's what it is, yeah.
So
that's-
hypothetically, if your TikTok gets popping, you never know what could happen.
never
bro.
know. That's a fact. That's crazy though. 2 years, 100. I wish.
Do you have any other hobbies? Obviously, you golf. You play chess with your bro behind you on your phone.
Yeah, we do that. Like I said, I play the game some. I'll probably play more when I come back out here when I'm at home. I'm usually just golfing and hanging out with family. Other than that, I really don't do shit.
Who do you think you've learned the most from the Lakers?
So my first year, and he was only here for half a year, but Rondo
Shit.
was someone that I was like I asked a billion questions a day to. I mean, just because once again, he's an IQ guy. And actually Frank Vogel told me when I signed my deal, he was like, he sent me by him on the plane. He wanted me to just, honestly be everywhere that he was and just ask him questions. And so that was he probably taught me the most in the amount of time I was with him. Because like I said, I'd ask him probably if we had to practice for 45 minutes, I'd probably ask him 15 to 20 questions.
About how to improve your game or more
Just-
your mental?
Like schemes, like what he coming off a pick and roll, like what he looks at. Because you're never looking at your defender, you're looking at the weak side help or the high lift guy if he's too far in, just his progressions on how he plays pick and roll because he was so good for so long. Other than that, it's been everybody. I've been lucky to have. I mean, my first year we had probably 5-6 Hall of Famers. Then the rest of the team have been in the league for 10 years. Other than like me, Malik, Talon, and Kendrick, we were the only 4 that have been in the league less than 10 years. So we had, opportunities to just really learn from guys that's been around since, mid 2000s.
Yeah, I was gonna say I fucking love Rondo. Like he's probably one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
Even because like when he played with the Pelicans,
Yeah.
like I remember when the playoffs came, in the season he was kind of chilling, but he just turned it on, and it was like he's just like it looks like he's one of the smartest IQ guys
Yeah.
to ever play.
No, he's very intelligent. And he's someone that's not afraid to speak his mind. Like if he doesn't agree with something, like, and he's not problematic at all, but he definitely makes his voice heard as it should be because of the way he, approaches the game and all the time that he's done that to, get to where he was.
Yeah. Well, do you watch anything else besides Full Swing on Netflix? Any recommendations for the people?
I haven't really watched anything in a long time. When I'm out here is when I do, like when I play the game and watch TV shows, but when I'm home, I don't watch TV.
I feel like you gotta just come out with us one night, bro.
I don't know about it.
No. He's trying to have a big season, bro. We'll see him on the golf course.
What's the night out with y'all look like?
Depends.
Shit, it depends. Yeah, I mean, like, pretty wild. But nothing. Probably some shit you've never seen before.
It's probably some shit I don't know.
No, I'm just kidding. You've gone out with the team and stuff.
Yeah, I've been out a little bit.
It's probably something similar to that, but not as cool.
I don't know why you would say that.
No, I mean, I'm not trying. I don't know. How would you say it? Like, if we're out like at the club, I'm probably like with the smoke show. He's working on something, and then
you pulled a smoke show Saturday night.
No, okay.
You pulled the
Besides
worst.
Saturday.
There was 3 chicks and Steiny. Huh?
Saturday.
I wouldn't say
Okay,
she's
I'll
a
tell you
smoke,
what.
but it was a lot better than Steiny's girl. That's for sure.
Saturday was like if you played in Miami.
It was a bad night.
Yeah, like if you went 1 for 12, like that was mine. I was playing in Miami all the time.
It happens.
That's how it goes.
It happens.
Bro. You play better at certain arenas.
Yeah, bad nights.
And where were we?
Yeah, Vegas is not your
Vegas
thing.
is not. One of my worst places to play. Like, yeah, Miami's actually my best.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's hard to play bad at Miami though.
Yeah, that's true actually. What about your relationship with like Jack Nicklaus? Do you ever?
I don't really have one. Yeah, obviously the pictures out there of him tossing me the ball, said what's up, but I don't know him. I think someone told me that might have been the first time he's been out of his house since COVID. To come to game. What was it? 4 and 6. So which was cool. Or no, he come to the Denver series, so 3 and 4. He's a legend.
Yeah. I think we got his seats when we took Hasbulla to the game, right?
Oh yeah, bro.
Did you see him there?
No, I dapped him up. I was about to take the ball out with like 5 seconds left, and I seen him over there, and I was like, "Hey, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity."
At the end of the game, you had it.
Yeah,
you should have just ran up and just gave it to him.
I turned around before I was about to take it out. I put my knuckles out, and he smacked the shit out of him. But
that's dope.
You didn't want to ask him for a photo?
I would have. I definitely
took one with Luka before. That was before the Mavs.
Yeah.
That's
we
funny.
lost that game.
He was with him.
You saying that now, I do remember that.
Yeah.
That was a fun ass night.
Yeah. Who do you think's the coolest person you've seen courtside? Anyone ever just shock you? Like a Rihanna or like a T Swift?
I don't think T Swift's ever been courtside. No, not really. Floyd's been. He comes a lot of. Actually, Denzel Washington. That was someone also I wanted to meet. But I think we lost the game. I was pissed off, so I didn't go over there.
Did you see when Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny were there?
I did. Yeah, I don't know anything about
Bad
either
Bunny
one
looked
of them,
lost,
to be honest.
Right? Yeah. Huh? Bad Bunny looked lost.
Yeah, probably.
I
wasn't that. You were probably more focused.
Do
on that.
you like Bad Bunny's music? Or
you were watching that. I was watching the game. Bro.
I've never listened, so I can't.
I think his music sucks.
I like it.
I hate it.
I've never listened, so I couldn't say it's
Bad
good
Bunny's
or bad.
I like
trash.
Latinas.
Okay.
I don't. I would never turn on Bad Bunny. Ever.
There's a time and place for everything.
No, I just wouldn't. It
Have
just does nothing.
know some of my teammates were.
I can't dance for shit.
Yeah,
so it's like it just doesn't do anything for me.
Oh.
Like I'm useless on the dance floor, so it's just like, why would I ever play Bad Bunny?
If at the club, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was a lame answer either. Who's laughing over there, by the way? Why are you laughing? Okay, I'm gonna do a different scenario, not the one-on-one, but you're about to play game 1 of the finals. For some reason, no one's phone's working. They're like, "Yo, Reaves, here's the aux. What's the one song you're throwing on?"
Oh God,
That's hard.
that is hard.
Take your time.
One song.
That's such a hard
You
question.
don't have a go-to?
No, not really.
like one go-to track? That's
Yeah.
Do you have a go-to?
not really. Like one, I don't know.
Yeah, what's the Bieber
What's
song?
what's
you
your
play?
one?
22 by Taylor Swift.
I mean, that's not getting played.
No, you
I
play
know the song.
You play, what's the Bieber song you had on
Eeny,
4th of
Meeny?
July? Eeny
Eeny,
Meeny
Meeny?
by Bieber. That's what he would throw on.
No,
No, not in the locker room.
for a game, no.
Maybe you should just to throw people off and like be like the funny guy in the locker
No.
room. Throw
No,
them off
that's
all
a
the
whole-
time.
that's a horrible
You can't do
idea.
that, bro. Time and place.
Yeah, time and place for sure.
Yeah, like what happens if you throw like Morgan Wallen on the aux in the locker room? It's like
I've
everyone's
ne-
just
never,
scratching their
never
head,
tried
right?
that.
Yeah.
I mean, not that. I mean, I just
That could
don't.
maybe
I don't
hit,
play the
though.
music.
No.
No,
Time
probably
and
not.
place.
Yeah,
I'm that guy that probably gets it wrong. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like when it's my moment, I probably would fuck it up.
yeah. No, I would play something that had.
Yeah. Like you said, just
I
play Little
know.
Baby or Little Dirk
Yeah.
and you're fucking safe.
How often does like is there like that half game or like halftime or like post game big speech and have
Post game, what?
like big speech in the locker room?
Not much, honestly. I will say that if it is, it's like very like meaningful. If it's like if we go on like a 3 or 4 game losing streak, and something needs to be said. But for the most part, you play so many games that can't really get caught up in one game.
What do you think's you had I can't remember who it was against, but you had a huge you had a 30-point triple double. I think it was in the postseason.
It was my last game of my rookie year. It was against Denver.
But that was
But we
a
were-
regular season game.
Yeah.
Would you say that's like probably one of your biggest accomplishments?
Yeah, probably. Just because like the people that like the names that I got put into for doing that, I think I was like one of maybe like 4 undrafted rookies that's had a 30-point triple double.
Do you know who the other guys are?
Or I might have been the only undrafted rookie to have a 30-point triple double. And then one of like 4 or 5 Lakers that was a rookie to have a 30-point triple double. It was like Jerry West, Magic, Lonzo, and maybe Kareem or someone.
That's a pretty solid
Yeah,
category.
it was when I heard that, I was like, okay, that was cool.
Do you think that any of your components, because you can pretty much do everything. Do you think anything's underrated?
I think my passing ability is a little underrated. I mean, just because I haven't played the one as much. But that's one thing that I think even like from probably game 55 on, which was on more of a display, just because had a more opportunity.
How tricky does that get? Because you basically have, if you, D'Lo, and Bron are on the court, like any 3 of you can play the one.
Mhm.
So how hard is that to adapt to when you're pretty much converting into a 2, or you are a 2?
I think it's really more about feel and understanding like who like really who's got it going at the moment. Obviously Bron is Bron, and he's the guy.
Mhm.
And I don't think anybody gets that twisted. But there's like even the Memphis game, game 1 where I had 14 in the 4th. Like I remember, I think someone got a rebound and passed it to Bron, and I was just gonna run to the corner, and I took off running, and he like yelled at me to stop and just gave me the ball. And it was kind of like one of those, like I said, feeling moments that I had it going. And if roles are reversed, I think that's where like the chemistry and like the actual like care factor to win takes over.
Like the egos put aside, because like when you're hot, they were feeding Lonnie Walker
for sure. Yeah,
he pretty much. He won the game.
He won. Yeah, he won us game. What was that, 4 or one of those games.
Yeah.
He literally won us, and it was it was 4 because if they would have won, it would have went 2-2, and if they win that game, they switch back to home court advantage.
How crazy is that for your confidence when you're hot and bronze, giving up the ball and being like, "Yo, this is your game."
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
say
it's crazy.
I would say it feels really good. I mean, like I said, just because of who he is and all he's accomplished, for him to trust me, or like you said, Lonnie, or whoever's that really got it going at that time, to kind of just take over, feels good.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Sweet.
You got anything else?
I think we covered
Do
everything.
you know the name of
It's
what your
fire.
YouTube channel is going to be?
Probably Hillbilly Bogey.
Where'd you come up with that name?
Well, some people call me Hillbilly Kobe. Obvious
That's a pretty
reasons.
sick name, bro.
Yeah, it's cool.
Never stuck.
Well, no, it did. But then the people have given me 15 nicknames, so it's kind of just everywhere. So that's kind of where it come from.
Well, this will be out in what, 10 days?
What's today?
Not
Monday?
this Thursday, but the next.
It'll be yeah. So we drop every Thursday. So not this Thursday, but the following.
Say
So you
less.
guys got to drop it. You guys
Say
got to
less.
create it
Yeah,
by
yeah,
now.
we'll
All
figure-
All right,
we'll
links in the
figure something out by
description.
then.
Austin's gonna drop it. Go
Yeah.
show him some love. Go subscribe.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming, bro.
Nah,
Just-
for
You're
sure.
a cool ass dude, man.
Cool
I
Thank
as
you.
appreciate-
fuck. Congrats on the
appreciate y'all.
season, bro.
Appreciate
We're
it.
never gonna crush it. And
We got to come to a lot of games this year, then.
Yeah.
Come on.
Fuck
We're gonna be
yeah.
asking for tickets, so
I don't care.
let's go.
Yeah, pull up whenever.
bro.
Appreciate
Thank
y'all
you
for
so
having
much,
me.
for real.
No, yeah,
Thank you.
appreciate y'all.
Good shit.
That was